But there was also something interesting that was said by Ric Bucher when he was on Colin Cowherd's show, and the way he described on what he sees with the Lakers and LeBron is something I want y'all to respond to too.
He now dominates. He has to play big to score.
Yes.
He finds the weakness and bullies the smaller player more often.
Yeah. In order for him to maintain the numbers and to look like he's the same player, he has to exploit the system has to work for him at the expense of other players. If that makes sense.
Yes, it does.
Because if you look at the big games that Austin Reeves and D'Lo and any number of players, Anthony Davis, like all of those guys, Rui Hachimura, like had some really nice games when LeBron didn't play. And so when he plays, everybody is sort of catering to him, which again is okay. But when you lose and you're catering to a particular player, then you have to have a little sort of self-awareness and say, hey, maybe. I mean, for example, in the Denver series, I thought that their best chance of winning is if LeBron James guarded Nikola Jokic, because then you have Anthony Davis off the ball. LeBron can't guard Aaron Gordon. He's not athletic enough anymore, right? Or Michael Porter Jr.
Or he's not going to chase around Jamal Murray.
And he's not going to chase around Jamal Murray.
Interesting.
So, and you see with Naz Reid against Nikola Jokic that if you have somebody who's 6'8", 6'9", and really strong and gets under him, that makes him uncomfortable, particularly if you have a shot blocker, Karl Anthony Towns or Rudy Gobert, lurking, that makes things difficult.
So not only did he say LeBron James needs to get out of the player's way on the Lakers team, because the way he plays, you have to, everyone has to cater to what he needs in order for him to get his numbers. But what he needs to get his numbers stops everyone else from being able to do what they do on a consistent basis. That's right. So it turns into being losing basketball because LeBron gets his numbers, but him going that way to get his number takes you so far behind the 8 ball that the heavy lifting that the rest of the squad has to do to make up for that is too much for them to have to deal with. So not only is LeBron in their way, I'm gonna take it a step further and say LeBron is actually not just a vampire that's sucking all the young guys' blood on the Lakers. He's actually a vampire for the entire league, because I can't even book games without thinking about LeBron and the Lakers. I have to market him. I have to push him out there. And the ESPN talking about the Lakers all day, every day, and there was a number 9 seed most of the season.
Yeah,
they didn't deserve to be talked about. So LeBron actually just needs to retire, which is what Kendrick Perkins said as well. Man, what's your thoughts?
Nah, man. LeBron, I think has tried to hand the mantle to Anthony Davis, but it just ain't worked out. So LeBron has to go in the game for them to have a chance to win at the game. Just to be honest.
We've seen flashes.
Did you watch the last series? You watched the last series?
Yeah.
So Davis was unguardable.
Do this. Watch how many points were scored when LeBron was out of the game. Watch how many points were scored when LeBron was in the game. And then tell me the difference. It's not LeBron, bro.
Hey, do y'all remember what I said Phoenix need to do?
Blow it up?
Same answer.
No, they ain't gonna do that.
No, I think you just have to tell LeBron, like, this is not you not at that level anymore, right? I mean, yes, you're still at that level physically where you can still jump out the gym, you can dunk, you can run fast, yes. But at the level of being a leader for the team, it's not that. Like, you have to pass the reins while AD is still young and still can be a number 1 option, right? Let this team build around AD, which means go get a true point guard, get some shooters around there, get some backup big men for when AD has to sit out and rest. You know what I'm saying? Instead, he's hogging up all the money, then got rid of all the draft capital that they would have had to build that team. And if he leaves them high and dry. So then they still have nothing. They're gonna have to scrape vet minimum deals. They're gonna have to do devil trades to try and get somebody to help. So he's already ruined that team. He sold the dream for 1 ring. What
was the Lakers doing before he got there, though? I'm just curious.
building with Randall, Lonzo Ball, Ingram, Kuzma. When Kobe left, he put them in a good state because he said, "Look, pay me. You ain't got to pay nobody else. Go ahead and draft your young players.
We'll phase out.
We'll rebuild. I'll phase out." He sacrificed and said, "My last 2 years, since I'm not the old Kobe no more, my last 2 years are just going to suck. The Lakers are going to suck, but guess what? You're going to be able to rebuild and get your rookies." LeBron is saying, "Look, we're going to suck, and you go pay me, and you go pay all my co-star Anthony Davis, and I want you to trade all your draft capital to get more players and pay them, and we still sucking."
Yeah, my thing
is you got two choices. So they got two choices. You could either play LeBron style and make him happy, or you can win. You can't do both. You have to choose. You got to choose one.
Say that one more time, Jay, for the people in the back.
Please.
You can play LeBron style and make him happy, or you can win. You can't do both. So
that's a proverb.
Either have that conversation with LeBron, like, "Look, man, this is the way we're gonna play ball. You can play in or opt out. It doesn't matter." And he'll probably opt in because he likes the city of Los Angeles. He likes being there. And he's smart enough and good enough to play any style of basketball. His numbers are going to look different, but he can still play it at a decent level.
Because we see athleticism. It's there. It's not at the level that it once was, but it's still there. If he wanted to be a plus defender, LeBron James could be a plus defender on certain people. Like the power forwards, I'm assuredly. Now the small guards, maybe not so much. But everything Mel touched on it too. Pause. The thing that stuck out to me the most was the way that Anthony Davis dominated that series.
Mm-hmm.
He dominated the series for them to only win one game. That is disheartening.
Dude was a walking 2020.
He was balling.
Jokic could not guard him at all. And neither could Gordon.
No, nobody.
Well, LeBron got what he wanted to too, but what else is there after that? What else is there after that?
You know what? That's the question that you don't know, because if I would have told any of y'all that game, if that D'Angelo Russell hit 7 threes, Ant Davis had 40 and 20 or whatever he had, and LeBron had over 20 points, you're supposed to win that game.
Look, I want y'all to look at these teams that are winning now. Look at what the Knicks are doing with Brunson. They don't have a lot around him.
They got injury riddled too.
Exactly. Look at what Minnesota is doing. I mean, they get Ant. He's still 22. They got Cat. Okay, cool. They got Cat. They got two young stars, right? And then you look at the Lakers, and I just want you to ask yourself, without LeBron's $45 million, 50 million, what two players could we have instead of him built around Anthony Davis? Like, could we have gotten Spider Mitchell with Anthony Davis?
Possibly.
Probably.
Right? Could we have gotten Dame with Anthony Davis?
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Rudy Gobert before he left Utah. If you wanted that to take Anthony Davis completely out of that paint so he don't got to deal with it, you could have got that.
You can get real creative. You can get real creative.
Name another team in history that was built that way with outside of maybe the Spurs. Maybe the Spurs, where your two best players are both, quote unquote post players. LeBron not really a post player, but he's shaped like a post player. You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't think that's the issue though. The issue is that LeBron ain't LeBron no more. He's still getting paid like LeBron.
But here, not even just that though. If you're gonna LA Lakers this year and last year, and even the year before that, they have been a collection of individuals on a roster. They haven't been a team. That's not how you construct a team. You know what I'm saying? Like the first time they go to their bench, you got 2 or 3 of the same position on the floor because you don't have anybody for real.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair.
Shout out to the super chat real quick. John Wayne, appreciate the super chat. LeBron cannot be effective when AD is in the post. Absolutely correct. That's why he wasn't on the block in the fourth quarter when LeBron is pounding the ball at the top of the key. I agree. And I think it turns into 5-out basketball when LeBron is running like that point forward position. And I think at this point, you have to tell LeBron, pick a side. Either you want to be a scorer and a small forward, power forward, or you want to be a point guard and be a facilitator. Because at this point, you're hogging both spots, which means we can't go get a real point guard because you want to do that. We can't go get a scorer because you want to do that. And you want to, and that's why, and you want to get paid for both. And you're not producing enough for us to validate you getting paid for both and doing both, and you're not doing that at a high level. So pick a side.
Any team that has LeBron on it from now on should tell him, listen, you are now a back to the basket power forward. Period.
Traditional.
Period. Yeah. And he will operate, he can operate in that at a high level. I don't even understand why people don't understand that. He could really play, he could do exactly what Karl Malone did the last 8 years of his career right now.
Yeah. Real quick update, y'all, from the game tonight. The Knicks have taken the lead after, Indy was 90-84. Dante White, my boy White Dante, shout out White Dante. Dante DiVincenzo got 32 points. Jalen Brunson got 19. And Josh Hart finally got subbed out of a freaking game after playing 12 straight quarters.
And that's Tibbs basketball right there.
That's basketball. Tibbs.
Man, the Knicks, baby, they gonna get a star next year, man. There's gonna be trouble for the East because it ain't nothing but Embiid in the East, and he don't like he can stay healthy.
I don't know.
All right, y'all go.
Go
ahead.
East? You think Embiid gonna stay in the East?
Sure. Yeah. He ain't going nowhere.
Okay.
He ain't going nowhere. They're bringing some help, but they might. Who knows? They might get Bill.
There's no basketball team where he going.
They'll get him an old foot doctor. He'll be all right.
IR. IR.
All right. So